It's been said before that the three most important things in retirement are income, income, and obviously income.
Yeah.
And joining me now is Mike Douglas, the president of Life Plan Financial Design, a Lansing area firm that focuses on preparing people for a successful retirement. And Mike is also a very popular podcast host. Welcome back into Studio 10. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Of course, we always love when you're here. So let's get right into it. Why is having income in retirement so important?
Well, there's a quote that says, without income, you're not retired, right? Like, we have to get paid. So we have to find out when we're retired, when we stop showing up to work, how are we going to make money? Because that's what we live off of, right? We need to find sources that provide us all the things for our lifestyle. Because just because we're retired doesn't mean we want to have no money. We just got to figure out how to get our money, and that's our income stream.
Yeah, but Mike, you know, a big question is Social Security or a pension typically enough?
It can be, but for most Americans, when you go from a full-time working lifestyle and then you go just to Social Security, especially if you don't have a pension, because less than 8% of Americans are going to retire with a lifetime pension. So if you have just Social Security and you go from earning $80,000 to $100,000 a year and now you're cut down to $30,000 a year of Social Security, that's not enough.
No.
And so if you are lucky enough to have a well-funded good pension that's going to pay out well, that's a nice bonus as well. But really, when you look at it, when I retire, if I've been making $100,000 a year, $80,000, whatever the number is, just because I retired doesn't mean I want to take a 50% pay cut. Now I'm retired, I have time, I have health, I have all the things I want to do, so I want to travel and check things off my list.
Right.
And if we take a massive pay cut, we can't do a lot of those things. So we need to make sure that we build out a plan that says, just because I retired doesn't mean I stop earning income, I just have to pull it from somewhere different.
You know, when you put it in that perspective, that's a lot more planning than you typically would think originally. But will this potentially help you avoid spending your principal, and why is that crucial, Mike?
So one of the great things we do, we like to talk about what's called greenlining. Greenlining for us is, here's what I put in, here's the growth, I take the growth out and try to leave the principal intact. We're trying to build plans that last not just 5 years or 10 years, but 25 to 30 years. If you retire at 60 or 65, it's very common for people to live to 85, 90, 95. We just had a client pass away at about 99 years old a couple months ago. And that's a long time to live, and she still had plenty of money, but it's a good thing we built a plan for her not from 65 to 75, but through age 100. And so you need to make a plan that says, how can I live off this? How can I benefit when the market's good and still live my life when the market's bad? But we do want to try to keep that baseline intact and just pull off the top when we can.
Okay, that's wonderful. Now, Mike, this is a lot of valuable information to take in, but is income all you need to worry about, or is this just a small piece to retirement?
It's one piece. So there's a lot of things that have risk in your retirement. And risk is not always a bad thing, it's just something we have to be aware of. So we have the stock market and the way it affects your portfolio. We have taxes and the way they affect what you actually bring home from your income. Because if you earn $50,000, but because of taxes you only bring home $40,000, then that $50,000 number doesn't even make sense, or we're only talking about the 40. So we have to deal with taxes. We need to make sure that when we look at longevity, is our money going to last as long as we do? If we have kids that we want to pass money on to, how do we make sure our estate plan is intact? So really it's kind of like a basketball team where, you know, Coach Izzo, he doesn't coach one player and hope that everybody does well, right? He coaches the whole team. Everybody does their part, but they're all running the same plays, the same system. It's just all working together. So income is a piece, and a very important piece, and we kind of start with that planning tool, but we have to include all the other things in a holistic approach.
That's great, and I'm glad you're able to see all of those things at a holistic approach, because sometimes we don't even notice these things, you know, until it's too late.
Right.
So for you at home, if you're looking to make sure you'll have enough income to get you through retirement, Mike has a great offer for you. I should say Coach Mike has got a great offer for you. So right now, for the first 5 callers with savings of $500,000 or greater, he's offering a complimentary full-blown retirement plan just for you. And this will allow Mike and his entire team to sit down with you personally and provide you with a roadmap, analyzing where you are right now and discuss your best steps to really get ready for a successful retirement. A game plan that will get you where you need to be. So the number to call is 517-200-3330. And again, that number is 517-200-3330. Coach Mike, it was great having you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.